Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, the Queen of Booga Booga, Psychic Sally Diane.
Hi, everybody, and it's so great to be here for our favorite hour of the week, right here on Sunday night with all you folks. How was your week, darling?
My week was good.
So was mine. I
Yep.
I got to see Maria, our friend Maria, who we haven't seen in ages, and went and visited her. She runs a little booth called My Wiccan Gardens, and
Booth?
at the psychic fair, she runs the booth My Wiccan Gardens, which of course right now she's not running the booth. But if you want to get some really cool handmade Wiccan stuff, things like runes, besoms, all sorts of stuff, give My Wiccan Garden a visit. Visit Maria's website. Really good stuff. And talking about some really good stuff, our friends Chris and Trevor came back from up north. Should we do it now?
You can do whatever you want, baby. I'm trying to get my phone to work.
Okay, so we'll have an unboxing while the producer is working on his phone. They came back from up north and they brought me presents. And so I'm going to share them with you. First off, I want to show everybody they got me a supersized postcard. Hope you can all see this of the French River. And Chris LaRock and I have common ancestors from the French River area. So it's a piece of Canada that we share in common, my cousin and I. So it was really nice to have that, and I will treasure that. And there's other prezzies. Some of the presents aren't here because he brought me two edible presents, not the kind of edibles all you guys are thinking of. He brought me some blueberry. It's a kind of Indian native bread, and it's you toast it up and you serve it with some butter, and it's very basic, and that was cool. So I got to try that. I'd never had that before. It was quite unique. And he also brought me something from up north, a pastry that was just, it was about that big, and it had this pink whipped really fluffy buttercream on top. And I ate it. I ate it before I got home. It was so good. It reminded me of the honey buns I used to have down in North Carolina, only it didn't have that wonderful pink frosting on it. So thank you for the goodies, cuz. And thank you for these goodies as well. Let's see what else is in the bag. We have some purple tissue paper. Purple, color of power and spirituality. Okay, so here, and I recognize this because I saw him promoting this. This is some of Haunting Live podcast new merch that he's sharing with me, the medicine bags. And he's got the medicine wheel here, and each one of these colors stands for something. I believe we're looking at ground, earth, fire, air, and water. And inside, and it's a medicine bag, so you have your traditional medicines. You have sage, you have natural tobacco, you have cedar, and you have sweetgrass. And so if you're interested in something like this, visit the Haunting Live podcast website and see their merch, and you'll get your own medicine bag. I'm keeping mine. Thank you very much. I really love it. I love the size of it. And here, this is just some St. John's wort, which is an herb I like. And we have, so in the native astrology, I am the bear. So he got me a native carved bear. And it's a little ornament, and it says French River right on it. So I'll always remember where we came from. And last but not least, you guys know how I love my crystals. And I got this, which is You can see the green in it, but there's also a lot of red, and that is a ruby. And I love rubies. They're red. They're good for business energy. They're good for inspiration, and they're absolutely lovely stones. So that was my week, and that was the goodies that I got from up north. And
Do we have questions?
do we have questions?
We have questions. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
It's nice to see all the regulars. Sonia, Patricia, Janice, nice to see you. We'll start off with Sonia.
Hi, Sonia.
Sonia wants to know about her finances. Are they improving and how to improve them?
Okay, that is a runes type of question, Sonia. So I'm going to get the runes. And you know how the runes are. Sometimes they're nice and sometimes they're not. Let's see what the runes have to say about Sonia and her finances. Okay. So there's a lot of things you can do in the short term. But what the runes are saying is that you need to keep your eye on the horizon. Always be looking ahead, always think ahead, plan ahead, because it's always provide for the needs of the future first. And so that's that big information, the biggest advice they give you. And it's kind of, if you keep your eye on the horizon and on the long term, you're going to do all right. Now, all these are things that the runes think you should do in the short term. Starting out with the Iwas, which is a rune of the hunter. So again, know where you're headed, know what you want. So it's about with your finances, you need to make choices, careful, deliberate choices. Also, you've got all these are pretty good runes, and they're saying this is where you're going financially. So yeah, you are doing better financially, which is, as you start to get more on your feet financially, that is the time to think long term, make long term plans. You know that. And it looks like you might be having a better Christmas bonus or something this year because you've got a little surprise coming your way. Suelu it's associated with the sun. It translates sun, but also talks about gold. And especially since this is a financial question, we are going to look at matters of your gold moving forward. So as you get more money and as you feel like, oh, maybe I can afford better brands of food and that, stop and think for a second about the future. And as you get more disposable income, start putting it toward the future. Yep. And other than that, it looks like things are going forward in your family as well. So you might look for, as the holidays come up, and of course, the holidays bring out the best and the worst of us, but you might be surprised. I think the holidays might bring out the best in your family. And your final words is always remember that it's kind of saying, look to the old folks for good advice. So think about the financial advice your parents gave you, because runes seem to think that that's about the best advice you can follow. And thank you for tuning in week after week, Sonia. And also, Sonia shared a little tidbit and a little article with me about the early signs of ovarian cancer. So if anybody wants to me to send them a copy of that article, just send me an email at thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com and I'll forward it to you. It's a very interesting read. And who's next, darling?
Our next victim is Patricia, who wants to hear from her guides.
Okay, Patricia. This week I'm going to be using the Thoth deck, but I'm not sure I want to bring it out quite yet. The Thoth deck can be...
It's a little harsh for guides, isn't it?
That's why I don't want to bring it out. It's a little harsh for guides. Okay, Patricia and her guides. Oh, the first vision I'm getting is one of the rising suns. So it's saying that a brighter day is coming for you. And that's even before I got the cards out. So be optimistic. I'm pretty sure that that's telling me that optimism is your key to a happy future. Okay, yeah. This is time for you to be willing to take a few different chances and maybe try some doors that have shut on your in your face before. When I look at this card, the thing that really draws my eye is this part right here, which ordinarily would be the bottom, but here it's the top, and it's telling me to read it as such. This is an angel, and it's an angel of achievement, and this is one of your guides telling me that if you push your luck a little bit, she'll be there to catch you. So it might be a good time for a few leaps of faith. This one right here, the 10 of coins, is when I look at it, it says home is where the heart is, kind of thing, which tells me that it doesn't matter where you live, it matters how you feel about yourself. Okay, home is where the heart is. So where you're happy is where your life is going to be happy. So find a place that makes you happy. And also, your guys are telling me that within a month, you're going to start getting, if you haven't already, they're telling me that you're on fire. So if you haven't already started to get offers and some nibbles on the resumes and stuff you've sent out, that's coming very soon, Patricia. And thank you for tuning in week after week. Thank you, everybody. Please remember to like and subscribe and tell all your friends about us. It's really helpful. Remember, we have a goal of getting 500 subscriptions by the end of the year, so you can help us to achieve that.
And if we get those 500 subscriptions, we're going to send Ed McMahon to your door.
That's right.
Our next question comes from Janice.
Hi, Janice.
Janice is concerned about getting evicted this year.
Oh, my goodness. You're not alone. And I actually am going to use the Thoth deck. And the Thoth deck can be a little harsh. It's Aleister Crowley's version of the tarot. And a lot of people don't even call it the tarot. They call it the Thoth because he's got the numerology is a little different, which I know means nothing to you. But anybody who's familiar with the tarot knows the back to Aleister Crowley's deck. Okay, so Janice and home. Janice and home. Okay, so all the cards are reversed, which tells me that if whatever you've got coming, you can kind of slow the process down. But the Ace of Cups, just because it's here, tells me that this is a time for you to think about a new beginning. You know, it's sort of like, don't wait around for to get evicted. Make plans to start over again. That's what the advice here is. But having said that, it really feels like you can put the brakes on it at least for a little while, long enough for you to make other plans. But this is a time for you. You know, you've got the Fool reverse, so saying don't be foolish. And one of the things about being foolish when you're in a difficult situation is putting your hands over your eyes and pretending it doesn't exist. Just because you asked the question about being evicted tells me that you're already in kind of a touchy situation, and this is a time for you to make plans for the future. So there you go. And I know it didn't answer your question. And the truth of the matter is, on the path that you're on right now, yeah, you are headed straight to toward eviction, but you know that. What the cards are saying is that you don't necessarily have to wait around to get booted out. You can negotiate and you can buy yourself time to make a good new beginning. But this is something that you can't bury your head in the sand about. But face it head on. Okay, and thank you for tuning in, Janice. Okay, so they weren't so bad.
Oh, those cards are really nice looking on screen.
Oh, good.
I've always enjoyed them.
Well, I like this deck. I've had it for many, many, many years. So it's another deck I've had for a long time. And this was a gift from my son.
Woo!
Yeah, he gave it to me when he was a young man.
I was gonna say it hasn't been recent.
No, this was actually, it was before 1993. I don't know how many years before 1993, but it was before 1993.
Our next question comes from Grace, who wants to know about this fall.
Okay. Not a fall from grace, but the fall for grace. Autumn for grace. Grace, this is a good time for you to spruce yourself up and go out and have some fun. Okay, so dead center you've got the Prince of Discs, and this reads like it's an actual individual. It's a man, maybe a younger man, could even be a child, but it's a male figure who is, I think it might be a man just because the way he's positioned tells me that he has some say so over your money or your career or something along those lines. He seems to wield a certain amount of power over you, but his stubbornness is a bit annoying. I smile when I see the moon because it tells me that you know something that not a lot of other people do. And the moon is kind of saying, play your cards really close to your chest this fall. Don't let people know your secrets. And you also have the Ten of Cups, which I think it says satiety. It's a card of satisfaction. And even though it's turned upside down, it's on the positive side. So it tells me that the fall can be very positive for you. Keep your secrets, but whoever the stubborn man around you is, he's going to continue to be stubborn in the fall. And it's better to just plan on him being stubborn instead of bemoaning the fact that he is so doggone stubborn. Okay, Grace, but that is your fall. Not too bad. There are going to be opportunities. It's one of those things where your attitude determines your attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. So this fall is a good time for you to start making your own opportunities. You know, don't wait around for somebody else to catch up with you. You just keep going forward. Okay,
Ooh,
so
what card just fell out?
ooh, well,
You don't
yeah.
have to pick one.
Well, the top card is well, Aleister Crowley call it the universe, but it's the world, and that just basically says that the world is your oyster, Grace. You can have the things you want to, just have the courage to go for them, and don't wait for permission.
Okay, next we have Butterfly.
Hello, butterfly.
How will the meeting with my love interest go? And while Sally is shuffling those cards, let me tell you about the Spa Near the Tracks, where you can get a reading in person from Sally. Just call the number on your screen, 519-272-1293.
This is an interesting one. It doesn't seem like money should be an issue. Ah, ah. There's something called going Dutch where everybody picks up their own check. Be prepared to pick up your own check. Be prepared to pick up your own check and be right forward about it. Because it's kind of like one of these things where you need to set the tone, and the tone you want to set is that I take care of myself and I take care of my own bills. I don't need to, because a lot of times the man will pay for both the man and the woman at a dinner. It's going to look better, much, much, much better for you if you pick up your own tab right off the hop. Make it clear, like when the waiter comes, say, we want separate bills kind of thing. Okay? And as far as how it's going to go with him, I know he's a love interest, but I think you might find him a little annoying in person. And if that's the case, don't let your pride stand in your way. Just say you're annoying and walk off, okay? And so I guess that's another reason why the cards are telling me to pay your own bill. Don't give him a chance to be annoying. And I hope I really hope that you come on next week and say, Sally, Diane, you were so wrong, but I'm not.
Well, there you go, Butterfly. I hope you enjoyed that reading as much as we did. Next, we have Olive, who wants to
Hi,
know
Olive.
what positive changes coming the next 2 weeks. So if you get the Tower card, keep it to yourself.
You know,
If you get the Ace of Wands, though, share.
oh yeah. The Ace of Wands. My students know about the Ace of Wands. Speaking of which, I have some classes coming up, and we'll talk about it after Olive's reading.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so let's see what the next couple of weeks holds for Olive. Okay, show us what's best about the next couple of weeks, or how Olive can make the best of the next couple of weeks. Okay. So, dead center, you've got the eight of the eight of coins, which a lot of times is about work, and it also the word that Aleister Crowley puts with this is prudence, which I guess makes sense. This right here says the best thing you can do for the next couple of weeks is make sure you do your own work perfectly, but don't do the work of others. Is it just get a feeling like, yeah, whoever's expecting you to do their work usually expects you to do their work for them. Refuse to do it for the next couple of weeks. Showcase your own work, do your own work. Oh, look at that! You got this card. I always see this four of discs in the top deck. I always see as kind of being work because it's so square and it's so logical, and this is a good time for you to focus in on your work, your stuff, your organization. Make sure that your stuff is tight. Oh yeah, because here you got the best of it is you have Magus. This is the time for the most positive thing, and the best thing for you to know is somebody's keeping an eye out. Somebody's watching what's going on, and do your job well for the next couple of weeks. Act like the boss is watching everybody, because somehow they are, because it tells me you focus in on your own work, don't give it away, keep it tight, and it brings you a big new opportunity. So it's a competition for the next couple of weeks. I love a good race.
When can you run?
I used to.
Okay, well, as long as you could run better than you can throw.
Oh, he's brutal. Is that one or two, folks?
Well, let's just call that 3 and I'll shut up for the rest of the night.
Oh,
Amy Mia wants to know about her finances.
Amy Mia. And we're still with the Toth deck. Amy Mia and finances. Okay. Now you guys saw me shuffle. So these two cards came up again. So with you financially, it's telling me that you're not being, and even as I'm shuffling cards, I'm thinking creative, 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 creative. And it feels like financially you're not being creative. You're not being thoughtful enough in how you do things. It's, how would I put that? The phrase "your checking account is not your savings account" comes up. So it feels like you could be a little bit more balanced in how you handle your finances. It just feels like it's got this feeling like you handle it like it's one big thing when you need to handle every little thing differently. I don't know how else to put it. It just, because as I'm looking at this card, it's kind of telling me make sure that you don't just throw all your money in one pot and then take it out like that. Plan around your finances. It will benefit you a lot. Because it looks like when I see the moon's telling me about, as you go forward, and there are things that you're not taking advantage of. Yeah, you just need to be a little bit more thoughtful in the planning process here, and things will work out a lot better for you. I think maybe you're not taking advantage of everything life has to offer for you. And then over here, we've got the Empress. And the Empress, Mother Earth kind of thing. And you've got the Empress and the moon opposing each other and yet looking at each other. And that's around your finances. Okay. Oh yeah, three. Okay, over the next 3 months, keep a real careful ledger of your ins and your outs, just so you can take a good look at it, because there's something here that you're not seeing. And you can be your own best friend there, Amma Mia. Thank you very much for continuing to tune in. Remember to like and subscribe and tell all your friends. Now, before we move on to the next one, I wanted to mention the Mystic Rendezvous classes that are coming up in the first week in February and the first week in March. We're going to start out with the palmistry, and what we'll do is it's a weekend class. It starts Saturday morning, and you have classes all day Saturday. And then on Saturday night, we have a pajama party, and we do little mini readings. It's kind of an all immersive experience. And then on Sunday after breakfast, we have practical application where we read each other. This package includes your accommodations, your meals, your taxes, your gratuity. It includes everything. And we will be announcing the prices next week, and the tickets will go on sale for these in November. We'll start out in first weekend in February. Will be a class. Will be on palmistry with psychic development, and then the next Mystic Rendezvous package is the first weekend in March, and that will focus in on the tarot. So I hope to see you there. And as I said, tickets go on sale on November the 1st. Yep.
Okay, we're done on that. Yeah, nice. Next, we have Divine Angel readings.
Hi.
What's the store for us this coming year?
Okay, so the year for the Divine Angel readings, and I've loved working with a Toth deck, but they are just too big for my hands. So I'm going to grab the Lenormand and throw 5 of the Lenormand cards for our friends from Haunting Live podcast. Well, Divine Angel readings.
Yes, Divine Angel readings. Maybe that's why I like the Toth deck. I got 2 XL hands.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so they asked for the rest of this year. I know that you guys have sort of a lot of irons in the fire, a lot of things that you're waiting to come through. You guys are going to get a message about something really big. And the book is like one of the best cards in the Lenormand deck. And so that's 10, and that's 7. So within the next 7 weeks, you're going to get an official offer of some sort, and this is something big, and I think I know what this is, because you were talking about something coming up before, and I think this is it coming before the end of the year. It's good. It's good for you. And just one more card here. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. And the news around money, of course, see the safe there, gets better by the end of the year, too. So 2021 ends up on a pretty good note for you guys.
All right, let's see who's
Am I
next.
boring you? He's
No,
over there yawning.
no. Haunting Live, I did get some bread. Thank you.
He didn't get any of the the donut, the one with pink frosting.
There was a donut.
Yeah, oh, it was a really nice pastry. You know, when I went to school at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina, it's many years ago. I was really young then, and before we go to class, the whole class would meet up at the snack shop, and we'd have a honey bun and coffee. And this reminded me so much of the honey bun, except the frosting on top was pink and fluffy. It's wonderful.
Who doesn't like a honey bun, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Who's next? Lon.
Hello, Lon.
Lon is thinking about switching to the morning shift at work. How's that gonna go?
No, don't do it. Don't do it. You got. The only way this could be worse is if the coffin showed up.
Well, flip one more card then.
Yeah, it's just don't do it. Don't do it. Stay where you're at for a while. You're going to see some changes coming over the next 6 weeks to 2 months. That'll make you awfully glad that you didn't go to the night shift. We had some serious bad cards jumping out right at the front. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stay where you're at for now. Just for now. Life never makes you stay in one place for too long.
Unless you want to be there. Hence us being in Stratford for 17 years.
Oh, love Stratford. But we haven't been in the same place all along.
No.
Life just pushed us along too.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, we keep moving up and moving on up. Every now and then we have a little setback. But at least we're not Patricia, who can't find work. Patricia must not be living around here. We have a virtual 0% unemployment.
Yeah, but it's not just about work with Patricia. She has her own idea of what she wants. You know, she didn't walk away from the position she was in just to go back to the same spot. And it says here, and I think we saw this coming up for her before, is that, you know, you've got something coming through. You know, it's something that you've looked at before is coming through for you. And it's coming at a tempestuous time because you got the storm. But the storm brings through an offer, and it's one that you like. So yeah, job offers do come your way. This one right here is a really interesting one that ends up on the serpent. Because this is kind of a reminder that sometimes you're your own worst enemy. Yeah. There are job offers coming to you with it, you know, and this is in the not too distant future. Because I do believe that somebody that you have talked to before about opportunity comes through with something, and that is within a 4, and it's something you could be happy at. But there's also that reminder that some of your discontent comes from within. Okay, so keep on looking. Something's coming through.
Well, Patricia, I hope that makes you feel a little better. I know everybody wants to win the lottery.
Oh,
so if you do.
I know, and it's really. I quit playing the lottery, and this is why, because you get so tied up in the concept of overnight I could be rolling a dough, I could be a multimillionaire. And you get so addicted to that particular concept that you kind of lose track of other things. It can be a really intoxicating thing. And there are some people, well, actually, I believe we would say, I think it was Bill Clinton that used to call it the poverty tax, because it is a system that takes advantage of poor people. So,
And you know what I've noticed about those slot machines? If you can win on those, how come the jackpots are always sky high? Obviously, people are not winning them. Our next question is Donna Marie. She'd like a general reading.
okay, and Donna Marie, I am still using the Leanermon Tarot. Well, it's the maybe Leanermon, and I like this a lot. The usual gypsy deck is either 32 or 36 cards. I can never remember, but each card in the deck is associated with one of the playing cards. So y'all can see my problem being a proper Virgo. The deck has 32 cards. Well, I know there's 52 playing cards. Well, guess what? The maybe Leanermon has 52 cards. So we have each and every one of the playing cards in this deck. And that's why I like it. Okay, so we are looking at
Donna Marie, general reading.
oh, general. Okay. Okay, Donna Marie. Sorry about that. I got caught up in my own little spiel there. Okay. Got the sun and the moon and the stars coming your way. Oh, nice. Okay, so you've got a good holiday season. You got the boxer, but the star and the moon. So star and the moon and the stars. So life is putting you on a pretty good path. And I think this is a good time for you to go with the flow and have faith in what life holds for you next. Woohoo! You have a lot of hearts here. As a matter of fact, you have all these cards except for one is a heart. So it does tell me that things go well for you in love. Whatever struggles you've gone through over the past year, it's actually left you in a better position for 2022, because it looks like over the next few months you're going to, and this is a good thing, not a bad thing, you're going to be surprised at how many people around you are loyal to you. Apparently you might not feel that way, but apparently you do evoke loyalty out of people. You've got the Lion and the Two of Hearts, and the Two of Hearts is what really draws my eye here. So you've got love coming your way, and this is it shows me love with somebody who's fiercely loyal, and you've got loyal friends here. So you've put yourself on a good path, and I think you should continue on that path. You've got when you've got so many hearts, it tells me that you've worked at, not so much at building a bank account, although the bank account comes along, but building relationships, building friends, building a family, and you're starting to reap the rewards of that, and you can count on that continuing. When I look at the horizon, it makes me wonder if maybe you have a child, because it just has this this just says a bright boy, and it just feels like there's somebody young here that you're very, very proud of, or who will make you very proud. So overall, life, friends, love goes well. And it doesn't say much about career, but it just has that kind of feeling like if all this is going well, career goes well too. It's some of us focus on career, then family and love, and some of us focus on love and family, then career. And the love and family, then career seems to work quite well for you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Watch me every week, and please tell your friends about me.
Well, there you go, Donna Marie. Glad we could get that in. I was just thinking about whether we should get a P.O. box so people can send you stuff, because you're able to read so many different things. It'd be interesting to see what people would send you that might be unusual to read.
Oh my.
Please don't send any chicken bones.
I have plenty of them.
Our next question is from Simply Shan.
Hi, Simply Shan.
Will I have more children?
Okay, Simply Shan and children. Yeah, I've gone to my old friends, the Scapini deck. Well worn, well loved. Oh yeah. Yeah. The first thing that comes up, the Empress. The Empress is associated with pregnancy. You know, it's, in most of the decks she is pregnant, and if you look at this, that's, you could be looking at a woman who's pregnant. It does seem to be a bit voluptuous. So pregnancy is easy. This card right here makes me wonder how many kids you have already, because it looks like there's somebody very close to you, possibly your husband or maybe a member of your family, who doesn't think you should be having more children. Okay, but yes, you have at least one more son coming. At least one. So the answer to that is a resounding yes.
And remember, folks, all readings are for entertainment purposes only. So if you want to get yourself knocked up, go ahead.
That's a 2 for sure.
O'Neill would like a general
O'Neill.
love reading. He's also interested in finding out the next relationship, kind of a description of that.
Oh my goodness.
We got a palmistry course coming up. Would that help him?
Sure.
I mean, once you shaved them?
Okay. Now, I'll have to tell them that story after. So I'm reading who?
O'Neill.
O'Neill. You see, he gets me all distracted. Okay, O'Neill and romance. Okay. O'Neill and romance. Interesting. Okay, so first off, I knew the cards were going to do this. They're kind of chiding you here. They're saying, you should at least get done breaking up with the first one before you start looking at the next one. And there's this kind of feeling of restlessness around you. I think you might get bored after a while and move on. So, what the cards are saying about this, now that I've yelled at you a bit, it's also saying that there is somebody coming through for you, but this is somebody who is not going to take your crap. You've got somebody coming through who will call you on all your stuff. You've got somebody who can look at you and right through you coming up. So you've got somebody who's going to put you right back on your heels. I just want one more thing. That's what I thought. Okay, you got somebody coming in, but the thing with you is, and it's just showing me that you get into these relationships, you start out, you're all in love, and then you get bored and you break up. Or you turn into a really bad guy so that they'll chase you away somehow. Somehow you sabotage your relationship. You've got one coming in that this woman is going to touch nerves you have never had touched before. And don't you say anything. Don't you say anything. Because that's not what I meant. I meant emotionally. She's probably older, because you've got somebody coming in who will know how to handle you for sure. So yeah, you've got a new love coming in.
O'Neill, I'd tell you to move to a different continent, but it's not going to work. All right, our next question is from Chris.
Hi, Chris.
From coming back from up north, there's one area that is calling to me, and their area is in the mountains. What does the card say as it keeps running through my head?
Uh-huh. Okay, so
Would you like me to read that again?
no, 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 no. I'm just sorting it out here. So you're talking about, okay, you're talking about your connection geographically to a location. Okay, so let's see. You know, you've already got 3 here.
I'm not laughing at that.
Okay, so as you can see, all these cards are reversed. And dead center, you have the King of Coins, and the King of Coins is saying, you've lost a bit of your grounding here. So even though because like when I get the King of Wands, it's reversed, but it also has this feeling like, yeah, you went there and you got charged up, but it's saying that's all it was. It's like, don't lose your grounding here. And you've had the Wheel of Fortune. Whenever the Wheel of Fortune turns up, and this idea of a wheel and things turning around, things are turning around for you in a very favorable fashion. So it did its job. It did energize you. It did inspire you. But I think that the thing to do with that inspiration is going forward with it. Okay, and thank you for asking.
And while we're waiting for the next question, don't forget to call the Spa Nerder Tracks at 519-272-1293 to get a reading from Sally in person. Now, something else that we need to talk to you about is Ghosts of the Queen's Inn, October 29th and October 30th. It's a 2-day event with a stayover package. There'll be classes, there'll be lectures, there'll be a seance, there'll be a PJ party, and the place where you can get all the information is at hauntinglifepodcast.com. The address is on your screen. Just head on over to hauntinglifepodcast.com and check out their events page. And I've been told that prices are going up in October, so you might want to head on over there really quickly and get the tickets that are left. And our next question is from Dragon Empress.
Hi, Dragon Empress.
Will a new love come into my life? He wants a brand new lover, preferably shrink wrapped.
Okay, so the card that came flying out is the Seven of Cups, but the Seven of Cups reversed. And anybody who's a reader knows the Seven of Cups is also called the Illusion Delusion card because it is about the confusion that we do to ourselves, but it is turned over. So I would imagine, Dragon, that you have already managed to clarify in your own mind and maybe fix some of the self-image problems you have and self-confidence issues, because it's saying that you're more ready now that you've cleared away a lot of the confusion. So that clarity should attract somebody. Well, should attract somebody new, not the same old so-and-so over and over again with a different face and a different name. You ever notice that sometimes people just end up going with the same person over and over again? The only thing that changes is the names and the faces. Oh yeah. Yeah, you've got love coming. You've got the King of Cups. So you've got something that's real, that's grounded, and the thing that keeps attracting my attention is the fact that he's got red and green socks. And of course, we all know that red and green is the color of Christmas. So this looks like something that's comes your way over the Christmas holidays. He's he's not a beanpole. He's not a real skinny person. He's got a little bit of meat on his bones. But you remember what I was telling you before about ending up going with the same person over and over again? Yeah, this Ace of Swords is addressing that. And this is a real fear that you have, that you seem to make the same mistake over and over and over again. This guy that's coming into your life, I think, is somebody who's different. He's loving. He's actually a nice guy that doesn't come across as a wimp. Yeah, and 9 weeks. Yeah, that puts it right in the holiday season. You're going to meet somebody through the holiday season. So yeah, new love for you. Woohoo!
Gift wrapped.
Gift wrapped indeed.
89 days till Santa.
Woohoo!
Santa's coming. Santa's coming.
We gotta go watch Elf.
And not just yet. Let's get through a birthday and a Thanksgiving. Oh, that's the same day. Oh no.
Elf.
Hi, Suzanne.
Hi, Suzanne.
Suzanne would like to know about the week coming up.
Okay.
There are a lot of things going on.
One more shuffle. There we go. See what it says about Suzanne's week. Okay, so there's this assurance that this week will bring you 2 steps closer and 1 step back. You know, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back towards your eventual goal. But 2 steps forward and 1 step back is still 1 step ahead. So at the end of the week, you become 1 step closer to achieving your goal at work. Hoo hoo hoo. Love that card. Anybody who knows me knows that I've got a really big tattoo based on the Fool card. Oh yeah. Suzanne, you are on the right path. The only thing wrong is it's just not happening fast enough, and it's still happening plenty fast. Because even though you don't see it this week, you do set yourself up for some new opportunities coming your way. And when this comes through, you know, when I see the Fool says opportunity is coming your way. And when it comes through, it's based on how you present yourself. Okay, so you actually have a good week. A really good week.
Well, she did say that her boss was leaving on Friday. So, good news there, I guess. Next, we have Ramdai, who would like a general reading.
And I would love to give you a general reading. Okay. And we'll just stick with my old friends here. They want me to shake them up a little bit more. And shuffle them up. Anyway, here's that little bell and the bellish thing in the background. Our boy Felix has decided he's going to come in and join us. But he's being a good boy. He's just laying down and being quiet. Silently shedding. Hey, Ramdai. And what was his question about?
General reading for Ramdai.
Okay, so it looks like you've got some good news coming to you financially. So that Queen of Pentacles came out. And even though she's reversed, it still feels like good news coming your way there. Yeah. That 9 of Coins is showing up a lot reversed. You know, we all have people in our life that tend to bully us, that tend to get the better of us. You know, we all have. And it feels like over the next couple of weeks, I'm not saying that you're going to win or anything. I'm just going to say that you get the better end of the situation. You know, sometimes things go for the bully, and sometimes things go for the little guy. You're the little guy, and things are going to go your way. So stand up for yourself. Be bold. Don't be afraid. Ooh, 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 ooh. When I see the high priestess talks about somebody knowledgeable. And this right here is saying, even though the path is a little convoluted, you are on a good career path. And it seems like you have knowledge other people don't have. That makes you valuable. Okay, so all in all, not too bad.
Not too bad, will do for us.
That's right.
Baby girl is next, who'd like a general reading for the week ahead.
I would love to give baby girl a reading for the week ahead. Okay.
Chris, I heard about an idea that Sally had for you, and I thought that was just a great idea, and that might be a really good way to do it.
Okay, so baby girl's a general?
Yes, it is.
All right. So, baby girl, I'm going to do northeast, southwest for you. North. North, you're grounding. It looks like you're getting a good handle on your life. You're getting a good perspective. I think you're looking forward to next year because it looks like you've got some little plans already on the go, but there's some bigger plans too that you're looking at for next year. Good stuff. Northeast. You've got the falling tower, but it's reversed. So this is kind of like things might crumble down a little bit, but it's not a total collapse here. And it comes in on the wind. It comes in through the east. So this tells me that you are going to hear about either downsizing or setbacks within your company, within your circle. Although it doesn't impact you as much as it does others. So then we go to the south, and the south is your passion. Look at that. You've got the magician, and it is the magician reversed. So the magician is somebody that knows how to make things happen. The magician, the alchemist, turns lead into gold kind of thing. And it does feel like you have a pretty good just the way they are, even though this is reversed, I see it more as one is a reflection of the other. Very much. The world sees you as being confident, put together, and on the underside, you really have long-term plans that will work out well for you. So carry through with your plans. Don't be discouraged if the company or the world around you seems to be compressing a little and crumbling a little. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And then when we look at the west, how things are flowing for you, you've got the 9 of coins, but it's the 9 of coins reversed, which tells me that things aren't flowing forward as fast as they could, but they are flowing forward. And also, I see that ring there. Whatever you've done recently, you've put yourself in a better position to receive a ring over the next year. And I don't mean a telephone call either.
Okay, well, somebody's getting some jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
Or a belly button ring.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's jewelry.
Yes, it is.
Who's next? Kelly. She found her glass case she was looking for a couple of weeks ago.
Awesome, thank you.
But her question is regarding her dad. Will she need to stay at her dad's for any length of time soon? And after that, we're on to crystal cards.
Okay, so Kelly and her dad. And again, we're going to do another northeast, southwest just because they seem to be working out well. Okay, so north, things are coming into balance. And there's something here about having faith. So this is a time for you to have faith and have faith in your father. East, and this might be what you're a little up in the air about, because East, as far as the messages and what the wind has brought you kind of a decision. You you may have been told to hang loose, and it's sort of like you're looking at yourself and trying to decide what you have within you to give. And then we have the South, the Passion. You have the Hanged Man, but it's Hanged Man reversed, which means you're okay. It's basically saying your dad's going to be okay. You can stay with him if you want to. He appreciates it and everything else, but you don't have to stay with him because it's not a matter of need, it's a matter of want. You're more than welcome there. I guess you might be worried about your dad and mobility problems. Maybe he's had a fall or something like that, because there is this ongoing worry. And yet, when we look at the reality of the situation and what's reflected here, I see somebody who is yeah. You remember what I said about mobility and falling in that? When I look at this, it feels like the legs might be a little bit wobbly. But overall, he's okay. You can stay with him if you want to, but that's your choice. You don't absolutely have to. I hope that answered your question. I think part of it was about your dad long term. And keep in mind, I'm not a doctor. I don't make any kind of, I'm definitely not qualified to say anything medically speaking, but I can see that there's concern about your dad, and I think it has to do with his mobility and specifically his balance, because there seems to be balance issues here. But it says that he'll still be okay. He's already done things to make his environment more friendly for him. So again, you don't need to stay with your dad, but you're more than welcome to. I hope that answered your question.
Well, that was the last question of tonight. Next, we have the week ahead in crystal cards. And while Sally is getting those ready, let me tell you about the Spa Near the Tracks, where you can get a reading in person from Sally, and that is in Stratford, Ontario. The phone number is on your screen, but in case you can't see it, the phone number is 519-272-1293, and that is for when you want to get a reading in person from Sally. If you would like a virtual reading from Sally, send her an email. The address is on your screen.
And I can do readings on my laptop from anywhere in the world. Okay, so card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. So 1, 2, 3. So which one? Oh, I had right the other way around. So which card are you attracted to? Card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3? If you chose card number 1, your prediction for the week is mandala. And mandala is it's actually an arrangement of crystals that talks about that's there to draw in the spiritual energy and protect you too. So this is a good week for you to be in touch with your higher self and your guides. This is a week for you to take take the high road. So keep in mind, avoid lying, avoid doing things that are mean. Just be your best self and put your best self out there. So if you picked out card number 2, your prediction for this week is blue lace agate, and it says soothe. I love blue lace agate. It's not my absolute favorite crystal, but I'm very attached to it. It's kind of got this real soothing energy, where you feel between that white light protection and that blue spiritual communication. It's a good crystal to hold when you're in a prayerful mood or when you want to communicate with your guides. And so this is a week, if you've picked the blue lace agate, it is a week for you to try and remain calm. Avoid things that will excite you. Avoid things that will anger you. This is a week for you to walk away. And finally, if you pick card number 3, your week is aventurine. And the card, it says luck here. And aventurine is a wonderful green stone with these pyrite flecks in it. What it tells me, if you pick card number 3, this is a good week for you financially. This is a good time for you to be looking at what opportunities are around you. And it is a crystal that's associated with luck, so it's also a good week for you to push your luck. And everybody, next Sunday is a good day for you to tune in for another episode of Psychic Sundays Live with your Queen of Ooga Booga, Sally Diane.
And me, the producer who likes to get himself into a lot of trouble on a regular basis. And it's 2 weeks to my birthday and 89 days till Christmas. Woohoo! I gotta get some sleigh bells. Have a good night, folks.